Alright guys, I miss running the bank here. I was back there a while ago. I miss running the bank. And we have this old dock right here. They're on it. So quite a few here on it. Let me lay this rod down. Okay, see them right there? Let's see the braces. Can y'all see the braces going this way and that way? I had to throw to catch one of them. That's a nice fish too. To catch one of them off this dock, I've got to throw in that little gap right there. See them two little corners right there? And the wind's blowing on top of that because they're back under this dock. I got to throw up under there like that. Alright. Now, let my bait sink. Alright, my bait's right there pretty close to him. I'm going to start moving it. And that one, the first caster, one came out and got it. And you gotta try to make sure your line don't get hung up on the dock. Oops. I was just talking to somebody. I said this earlier, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Crappie are starting to move the docks next week or so, and I'm looking forward to it. They said, "You're crazy. You like fishing docks." This is why I like fishing docks, guys. I've been on 4 docks in this cove, and it's been crappie on all 4 of them. Now I've checked 2 that didn't have any on it, but I caught them on them yesterday. They'll move from dock to dock. Now they don't stay, but this dock right here has crappie a lot. Nobody bothers it because of these stupid braces. Can you see the braces going this way and that way? I made a video one time I fished docks with braces. But the guy I was talking to said, "You ever notice that the crappie are on the docks with the braces?" I said, "Yeah, they like the braces because it gives them more to hide behind. And some of these docks have double braces that make an X." He said, "Well, how do you get them out through there?" I said, "You've got to cast in the gaps of the braces like that. You got to cast back between it." And I said, then when they hit you, you've got to get them moving. You can't play around when they bite you. As soon as they hit, and I mean, I'll have one hang me up here in a minute, and I'll lose a jig, and I'll get hung up on those braces here in a minute, and I'll lose a jig that way too. But that's part of fishing. I got them interested now. Like some of them are coming to the outside. Since I done caught a couple, they're getting like, what are they after? What are the other ones after? What are they eating? My line don't want to come off as real good. I feel it catching. It's 2-pound test, and they hadn't been on there that long. Yeah, guys, I'm throwing 2-pound test up under the stock with braces. Oh, right? Why not? You gotta get brave sometime, right? That's it. Get him out of there. Come on, come on. There he comes. Hey, you gotta be brave. Fishing these docks with braces are for the big boys. Right? Let's see how many we catch off this dock with these braces until I lose this jig. This is that remelt color. This is a remelt color from the new color called Mealtime, which is a silver bullet with pearl belly. Okay. All right. As long as I can hit that opening there, I'm okay. I done worked on this line once today. Then put real magic on it. I might have to do it again. Now I got a 1/32 ounce head. Here they are. See them right there? I got a good shot at them now. See, it's a good little group there. Probably at least 30, huh? Now, I think my jig's hung on the side of the post. It is. That's another thing. My line was sticking to the side of the post, and the jig was sitting on about 2 inches under the water, just sitting there. That's a yeah, that happens too, guys, when you're fishing docks with posts and stuff. Your line will stick to the side of the post. Little splinters and stuff on it. Oh, they all shuffling around now. They must have heard it or seen it. They got all excited. I see them moving. All right. Oh, I messed him. I'm gonna hook a real big one here in a minute. I'm not gonna get him out of that crack, am I? But that opening I'm throwing at, guys, is about 4 to 6 inches at the most tall. Now long, it's probably 2 feet long, and it tapers down as that piece is coming this way. Like I said, I've seen some guys come up through here fishing minnows, and they're fishing these laydowns behind me, and they're full of carp. There's no crappie there. I done checked them. They're full of big old carp laying up in them. I caught a bass though. This laydown up here might have some. I've caught some nice crappie out of that laydown. He's a decent fish, guys. He's probably right at 11 inches. I got him started. Once they hit, as soon as you feel them hit, you got to set the hook and start pulling. That's why I'm using 2 pound test, so I have the power to pull them out of there, right? You don't want to use light line around something like this. I use 2 pound test because it casts easy. That's why I'm using 2 pound test. I can skip it easy. If I had heavy line, I'd never skip that. You could shoot it. Now, I'm not a shooter. I heard some of y'all guys talking about that. I got to move the boat. I can't shoot. I have to lay down this boat to shoot. And guys, I crawl around painting baseboard in houses and kitchen cabinets, and I'm not laying down to fish on my knees. I put knee pads on. I wear them a lot to paint. I'm not doing it to fish. Some of y'all guys got taller boats, but there you go. Shooting that would be difficult, wouldn't it? I wish y'all could just see how big that opening is. It ain't much. So you can't go on top of this because the brace is going that way. See? There you go. Come on out of there. Come out of there. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Come on, there he comes. So if you get it back there to him, y'all hear my line squeaking? Well, I got this microphone on. If I didn't have this microphone in, it's like some folks hollered at me a while ago. Y'all not gonna hear that because I had the microphone in. There you go. I think I could sit right here, guys, as long as I get my bait back through there and catch a bunch of those. But the boys that came through here with Menace, I wanted to talk to them, and they took off a while ago. They had a nice boat. He had a little Champion, like a 16-foot Champion with a 9 on it. It's a nice little boat. But he took off from right here in this tree, and they went on somewhere. And I thought if I catch up with him, I was going to talk to him and give him a handful of jigs. They're using Menace, which is fine. Probably the best thing you can use is Menace, but you can't put a minnow back through that hole right there. Now, there's probably somebody watching this saying, yeah, I could put a minnow on a jig and do it. Yes, you could. I can stick a minnow on this jig and do it. But a plastic skips better. This is this Tadpole Junior. It skips good. The Tweety Bird skips good. I'm telling y'all guys, I like to shoot docks. The baits that skip the best. Tweety Bird, this Junior Tadpole, the big Tadpole skips real easy. The full-size 2-inch Tadpole, it skips really easy, okay? So if you're a shooter or a skipper, like skip baits like I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. I call this skipping it. I'm just taking it and hitting the water like that. I'm hitting the water right in front of the dock, and it's bouncing back through there. It's like you skip a rock across the surface. That's what I'm doing. Now then I move deeper now. Then I'm letting it sink. Now I've seen a fish move. When I see him move a little bit, I'll start moving that rod, that bait a little bit. Uh-oh, I'm hung up this time. Now this time, I told you I'd fish it till I could lose this jig. I'm on that middle post. Now I'm gonna go over and get it. Some of them came out, look here. See there? Some of them came out. There's come some more out there now, look here. I've told y'all about that. Somebody will be fishing, it'll leave the dock or come out. I don't know why they do that. Most of the time they don't go back either. All right, guys, I almost didn't get this one back. When I went over there, I just stuck my rod back on the dock, popped the jig right off, so I still got the same jig. See, it didn't bother the fish. I just took my trolling motor on load and stir up a bunch. But you got a lot of boat traffic today. The boats are constantly coming in this cove, riding around. So that helps it. I can see boats that they're running. There goes 2 or 3 boats there. There's 2 down there. Guys, this is Saturday before Easter, and on this lake, the water, I didn't tell you water temperature. Water temperature is 62. So guys, you know, on your lake, when the water gets around 60, 62, in that area, they'll start moving the docks. Yesterday was the first crappie I caught off the docks. So when I seen this dock call ago, I thought I'd make a short video for y'all on fishing docks with braces. I'm gonna get here really close. I might catch 1 or 2 more for y'all. I'm using a 1/32 ounce head. Look here, see the braces? I got to throw back through that opening between the post and that brace right there. Ain't very big, is it? All right, and you can see the brace goes on down to the post, goes into the water and goes down this way, right? You can see the other one going that way. I don't know if y'all can see it. The crappie are right there about the middle of this dock. So once you get the bait back there to them, and you get bit, you got to get moving. I would recommend at least 4 pound test. I'm using 2. I could pick a rod up with 4. I use 2 a lot, guys, because it casts easy. It skips the bait easy. The lighter line you have, you got less drag. When you skip, you got less drag behind it holding it back, right? You know what I'm saying? As it comes off your reel. 2 pound test, this comes off the reel really good. All right. I might not get that. Here he comes. Y'all can't hear my line going. My line's just a squalling. Like it's going to break at any time. I just keep pulling. You can't quit pulling. I used to bass fish the docks a lot too, and I've had 10, 12 pound tests broken by with bass, but I usually use 6 and 8 around docks for bass because you can skip with it easier. That's a nice fish right there. I know a lot of guys use 12 and 14. I use 12 if I'm throwing jigs, pitching a jig, you know, like a 1/2 ounce jig or 3/8 jig. I use 12, 14, but if I want to throw a Ned rig or skip a worm, slider head, y'all know what a slider head is, Charlie Brewer slider head, put a 4-inch power worm on it around a dock, man, guys, you can't beat that around a dock. So put it on back to that little hole. I got a few years practice doing this too, guys. I've been living on this lake for 22 years. There you go. So I've gotten pretty decent at skipping baits. So he was way back in there. He a little fella. I got him out no problem. They like this remelt color from Mealtime. He's just a little fella. My bait getting more out now. I done caught all those fish on the same bait now, and I done caught fish on another video with this bait. I've caught about 20 crappie on this bait so far. Some people ask me, how long does your baits last? If you read the comments, people say they love the baits, they last a good time. This one's getting a little busted. If I was fishing a tournament, I would switch it because it wouldn't slide down a little bit, or I'd super glue it. But I don't like to super glue them. It works. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like the smell of the super glue on my line, number one. That's one reason I don't do it. There you go. Number two, if I want to switch baits, I have to take the jig off and take a hook off. You can lose the bait then, right? You are going to tear it up in. Then I have to you have to take a knife almost and clean the hook. There you go. All right, guys, I could sit here and do this all day. This time of year, you got to love I said the other day pre-spawn. No, it's not. This is the spawns going on right now, guys. We're about a couple pretty days away from these crappie laying their eggs and settling down. You've seen some of the males I'm catching have already turned black. So this is a 1/32 ounce jig head. That's what I'm throwing. This is a size 6 hook. It's one of mine. Look at that. I beat that thing on top of docks today. The chartreuse, and I have to think about what other color. An orange or paint. The other 3 colors are that rubberized paint. They're a lot tougher too, guys. It doesn't come off like this. I think I'm gonna order some of that in the chartreuse next time. But that's a size 6. I bent it up just a little bit. Could y'all tell that? I opened it up just a little. I mean, it's just a little. All right. And this little bait right here, you can flip it either way. So I done tore it up on one side and I flipped it over. Why am I telling y'all that? See the nose tore a little bit? There you go. See, this thing's on there pretty good. But when they get tore up a little bit, you can lose a fish from the bait pulling down, okay? All right, guys, appreciate y'all. My name is Dennis. There's your little short video on how to shoot a small hole, a small crack in a dock that nobody else is fishing because they can't get back there to them. All right? Because a lot of guys are not going to fish that dock. When they come past that dock, they're not even going to make a cast at it. I've never seen anybody fishing this dock, and I fish it right often. I even brought somebody here one time, and they said, how are we going to catch them? And I threw back underneath there and showed them how to catch them here. So I had to do the casting for them, let them reel them in. All right, guys, we'll catch y'all next time. Fishing Lake Country.